It's also so cool to see the character development and see people find themselves in the WWE. I got to see Dom Mysterio do it in real time.
Yep.
We had our first WrestleMania together, right? And now he's got the most heat in the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell?
Hey,
Do not stop this car!
Hey, I won't make it in jail.
Did you know that you married a deadbeat?
Dominik Mysterio is the hottest heel in the WWE right now.
You're lying!
Okay, maybe the second hottest. It's hilarious how the crowd annihilates him like pretty much in every city, man. It's crazy to think he's gotten to this level considering where he was like even a year ago. Like people did not like Dominik Mysterio and not in a good way.
Nah!
So in this video, I want to go over his journey so far in the WWE, where he started and where he's gonna end up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 400 subs. So my first exposure to Dominik Mysterio in WWE was with Rey Mysterio, obviously. And it was this match against Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. It was pretty cool, man. This like that dynamic of father and son trying to defeat this beast in Brock Lesnar. And he was pretty much Rey's sidekick for his first few years in the WWE, not really doing too much outside of being with his dad. Which was cool to see, man. I don't know. Like, Rey Mysterio has been in this industry so long. Like, it's crazy to think that he has, like, a 27-year-old kid with him, Honestly, that father and son pairing was, like, a really good tag team, in my opinion. They won the tag team titles once, which is pretty cool to see, man. I'm sure Rey was loving this time period before it ended up getting dark. But yeah, Dominik Mysterio ended up skipping NXT, and you could see it because he wasn't as smooth in the ring compared to other people, man. Like he was pretty rough, if we're being honest. Even right now, he isn't like the most polished guy, but he's like so much better than he was 2 years ago. And like what people used to say was, like he should go back to NXT because he pretty much skipped that development process and he had no character apart from being Rey Mysterio's son. Till eventually that all changed when Rhea Ripley entered his life.
What's her favorite thing to do together with Dominik Mysterio? I think you already know that answer.
And the formation of the Judgment Day ended up corrupting Rey Mysterio. Well, the Judgment Day formed like around last year originally with Edge, but then Edge was kicked out after WrestleMania. And then Finn Balor also turned heel. The feud that was going on around that time was Edge and Rey Mysterio against the Judgment Day. And of course, Dominik Mysterio was involved as well. Be getting beat up on TV like damn near every week. Yeah, this is like infamous picture of him getting choked out by Rhea Ripley, and I feel like that's probably where it started. But yeah, Rhea Ripley ended up converting Dominic or corrupting him in some way because he turned heel on his dad at Clash at the Castle in this awesome moment.
What the hell?
Ended up joining the Judgment Day. And I feel like this was probably the best thing for his career, man, because Dominik Mysterio as a face didn't really work the way he wanted it to because he didn't really have an identity or a character. But Dominik Mysterio as a heel,
I'm interested.
and of course his first feud within the Judgment Day was against his dad, Rey Mysterio. And he'd pretty much be bullying his dad constantly, calling him a deadbeat and blaming him for like everything that's gone wrong in his life pretty much. And he mentioned Rey Mysterio would always be on the roads, he wasn't really there for him. Which I'm guessing there's some truth to that, right? Because, Rey Mysterio was constantly on the road for like the past 20 years. But of course, he cost Rey matches consistently, he'd beat up and attack Rey and blindside him all the time. But Rey Mysterio always constantly refused to hit Dominik Mysterio. And man, like this is when the heat for him just started like cooking, you know what I mean? Because at first people didn't really care about him in Judgment Day. They were like, oh, okay, we still don't really care about you. But once he started going after Rey, bro, that's when his heel character really ended up showing up. He'd end up going to Rey Mysterio's house and beating him up while he's injured. And oh my gosh, man, him getting arrested. This was so stupid but funny at the same time.
No. Hey,
Do not stop this car!
Hey, I won't make it in jail. Don't let them take me.
No.
You think this is a game to me? I served hard time, and I survived.
So his character is pretty much like a guy who's rich, pretending to be hard when he really isn't, which it's so annoying and so entertaining at the same time.
You said you were gonna get me a new car. And all of my friends showed up with brand new Mercedes. And you got me a BMW? And it wasn't even an M series.
Like damn near 6 months, Dominik Mysterio was constantly like torturing Rey Mysterio, man. And Rey just couldn't hit him back until he went a little bit too far and got in his mom's face.
Did you know that you married a deadbeat?
And that was too much for Rey Mysterio. That's when he finally hit him, and everyone in the crowd was like, yes, beat him up. We love this. I needed this in my life. All of that build ended up in their WrestleMania match, and it was honestly great, man. Even starting off with the entrances, Rey Mysterio with Snoop Dogg, and Dominik Mysterio with this whole him getting released from prison to do this wrestling match. So stupid, but it still really worked well. And Rey Mysterio ended up spanking his son and winning the match. Dominik Mysterio pretty much brushed it off the next day on TV, which was hilarious.
At WrestleMania, I decided not to show aggression towards my dad!
They ended up getting split in the draft. They were split already, but Dominik Mysterio was still attacking Rey. But now after the brand split, they haven't touched each other. Dominik Mysterio still constantly talks about Rey, and Rey makes mention of him here and there.
Will you ever reconcile with your dad? I dream about that every night because he's no longer with us. R.I.P. Eddie. You know, I do what I can at this point.
And over this time period, you could really see his pro skills developing, man. Like every single week, you'd get a barrage of boos. And the first time, like the whole of Judgment, they had to help him out because it was too much for him. But now he's able to command the crowd in the way that he wants it. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see, man. It's pretty cool to see that development from him.
I remember I was sitting in a live event not long ago, and he was getting just booed out of the building. And one of our producers, Hurricane Helms, was sitting there with me, and he's like, can you? He got a little bit of a lisp. He's like, if you'd have told me six months ago he's gonna be a top heel in the business, but would you believe it? And I was like, yes, I. That's the visionary part. I could see this coming. I'm like, he's not built to be a babyface.
He's also gotten a lot better in the ring. Like that WrestleMania match was pretty good, and the match he just had against Cody was really good as well. And there was a tag team match which he did earlier in the year against Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, which was really good as well. Yeah, man, Dominik Mysterio he's been cooking, like in terms of in-ring and also promo work. In-ring, he still isn't great. You know, there's still a few botches here and there, but it's so much better compared to where he was 2 years ago. And now he's fully cemented as a top heel on Monday Night Raw, winning the NXT Championship against Wesley, with the whole of Judgment Day helping him out. And Domo is hilarious because he constantly cheats to win, but doesn't act like it. He's kind of delusional in a way.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
And his relationship with Rhea Ripley is also very, it was ambiguous at first, but now it's like, okay, they do a lot together.
How does it feel to be Rhea Ripley's little bitch?
Oh, man, you know what? It feels great, actually. It's a blessing in disguise. Because look what the Judgment Day's done for me. Look what Rhea's done for me. I wouldn't consider myself her little bee, but more of like friends. You know?
Yeah, in general, Judgment Day has elevated pretty much all its members, man. Like Finn Balor wasn't really doing anything. He was in limbo. Same thing with Damian Priest. Also Rhea, man. Like I feel like Judgment Day was such a good pairing of these guys, and it was a bit awkward at first. It just didn't feel like it worked, but now it feels like they're really gelling, and everything just feels really smooth.
Mommy, she's strong. She's real strong. When she hugs me, she damn near breaks my back.
What's going on?
So what's next for Dominik Mysterio? The World Heavyweight Championship is, possibly in like 2 years or something. But right now I feel like he's probably going to stay NXT champion for a while. And the Judgment Day will hold all the gold. I hope you guys are ready for that. Because you know it's gonna come. Because you know it's coming, man. I feel like Finn is going to win at SummerSlam. Damian Priest is gonna cash in on Gunther or Drew McIntyre or something, and the Judgment Day will have all the gold. That's my prediction. So yeah, that was a look at Dominik Mysterio so far in the WWE. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 400. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you think of Dominik Mysterio in WWE.